Leishmaniasis is a group of disease caused by infection with Leishmania parasites. These are obligate intracellular protozoa with over 20 species, and the main route of transmission is through the bite of an infected female phlebotomine sandfly, although less commonly there can be transmission through blood transfusion or tissue transplantation. Both humans and animals can be affected, with examples including dogs and rodents. Up to 1 million new cases occur annually, being endemic in over 90 countries, and is classed as a major health problem in the Americas, East and North Africa, as well as West and Southeast Asia. The life cycle features the female phlebotomine sandfly taking a blood meal, ingesting the macrophages infected with Leishmania A mastigotes. From here, the A mastigotes transform into promastigotes within the midgut of the sandfly. They then divide and migrate to the proboscis, which is the tubular mouthpiece of the sandfly. Then, once the sandfly takes a blood meal, the metacyclic promastigote is injected into the skin. This completes the sandfly portion of the life cycle. The promastigotes are then phagocytosed by phagocytic cells like macrophages, within which the promastigotes transform into amastigotes. These multiply in the varying different tissues and can infect other cells. And the cycle repeats when the sandfly takes a blood meal ingesting infected macrophages. Within the human, the parasite can spread to different tissues including the skin, mucosal membranes like nasopharynx, or can disseminate, often through lymphatics and vascular systems, ultimately into the bone marrow, spleen and liver. This generates different clinical forms of leishmaniasis, with an incubation time of around 1 to 3 months on average, though this varies between the different species. It is divided into 2 main forms: cutaneous leishmaniasis, which is the most common, and as the name suggests, with skin involvement, though this then has further subtypes, including mucosal leishmaniasis, which is often considered a separate third form, primarily caused by Leishmania brasiliensis, and mostly affects the nasopharyngeal mucosa. The other subtypes include localized and diffuse cutaneous leishmaniasis, disseminated leishmaniasis, as well as Leishmaniasis recidivans. Visceral leishmaniasis is the other main form, mostly caused by Leishmania donovani and infantum. The majority of infections are asymptomatic or subclinical. In the cutaneous form, well-demarcated lesions develop at the site of the bite, taking several weeks to months to appear. This generally features initially a papule that gradually enlarges and ulcerates centrally, with a raised erythematous border, which is where the intracellular parasites are concentrated. These lesions can last for months to years, leaving behind a burn-like scar. They are typically painless. In the mucosal form, this typically begins with cutaneous lesions, followed by development of mucosal lesions potentially several months later, even after the skin lesions have healed. Symptoms can include nasal discharge, congestion, and pain, and in severe cases may progress to cause destruction of nasopharyngeal and facial structures. The visceral form can be acute, but typically presents several weeks after inoculation. Only a minority develop progressive visceral disease, but if it is left untreated, it is almost always fatal. Symptoms include irregular fever, which can feature a pattern of 2 spikes daily, hepatosplenomegaly, which may present as abdominal distension, and pancytopenia, as the bone marrow becomes affected. This itself can then impair immunity and predispose to secondary bacterial infections. Other features include anorexia and weight loss, and less commonly, diarrhea and bleeding. It is also known as Kala Azar, which means black fever in Hindi, owing to the darkening of the skin in the extremities and faces, noted in the Indian forms of the disease, as well as the notable fever. Those who have subclinical forms and clear the disease become immune, unless later they become immunocompromised, for example via HIV. Another form, called post-Kala-Azar dermal leishmaniasis, is typically found in Sudan or India and features flat or nodular skin lesions that can develop months and even years after treatment and hold high concentrations of parasite, acting as a reservoir in these regions. Diagnosis can be confirmed with several options depending on availability and clinical involvement, though ideally more than one method is done. Light microscopy of right Giemsa stained tissue samples, touch preparations or aspirates can be done, and in endemic countries this is the most common method. There can also be detection of parasite DNA via polymerase chain reaction, and serology is also used in visceral cases but not cutaneous or mucosal. High titers of recombinant leishmanial antigen K39 are usually present in immunocompetent patients, though may be absent in those with AIDS. Another option is parasite isolation via culture, though this generally requires more specialized laboratories. A full blood count is recommended in visceral cases to identify and monitor the potential for anemia, leukopenia, and thrombocytopenia, as well as renal and liver function, as these may be impacted by treatment. A human chorionic gonadotrophin (HCG) pregnancy test is done prior to choosing treatment options, as various medicines are toxic to the fetus. Treatment depends on multiple factors, including the clinical syndrome, the infecting Leishmania species and its susceptibility, geographic location of acquisition, and immune status of the host. Some small lesions that are caused by species that do not generate the mucosal form do not necessarily need treatment and may just be monitored. Topical treatments can include intradermal injection of a pentavalent antimonial, like sodium stibogluconate, which is licensed in Europe but not in the United States, or topical paromycin, an aminoglycoside, though this is not licensed in the US or Europe. Heat or cryotherapy are other topical options. Systemic therapy is indicated in cutaneous Leishmania brasiliensis, complex or immunocompromised cutaneous cases, as well as mucosal or visceral cases. Options include liposomal amphotericin intravenously, which is the only treatment with safety data in pregnancy, miltefosine orally, which is highly teratogenic, pentavalent antimonials like sodium stibogluconate intramuscularly or intravenously, or intramuscular paromycin.